Hey everyone, I hope my mic settings are right. I was fiddling with them for a bit, so let me know if anything sounds off. Welcome! That was a great ending and start of the song. It's gonna rewind though, or replay. Last time, let me think. We defeated some flying creatures that came our way, like flying dinosaur-esque kind of things. Ilfa's still kind of afraid of Michael's sword, or Mihai's, no. Oh my god, Drax's sword. I'm sorry. But we're all good now, right? They tried to like make up a little bit since the friendly banter turned out to be a little bit too feisty here and there. And for now we're at the city. And we did some like grocery runs. We tried to like sell some items, get some items identified, like scrolls we got from the tomb we went into last time. And all with that, I feel like we're going on to a new adventure fairly quickly again, so I can't wait to hop back in. So I'm gonna say hi to everyone in the chat. Oh, this is the game where I didn't understand shit. Basically, let me put in like a small like little summary of D&D. D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, is a tabletop RPG, tabletop role-playing game where you basically follow a story with a group of friends. You build your own character, you create your own story. You have the Dungeon Master, which is referred to as the DM, which decides if you need to roll for certain actions you want to do in the game. So, for example, if I want to check if a door is open, I can do that, but once it's locked, I can either choose to slam the door, push it open, use a lockpick, and any of these actions need a dice roll. And usually it's a d20, and the higher the roll, the bigger the chance that you complete that action or that you succeed in that action. The lower the roll, chances are there might be something bad happening. Example, if you want to try to shoot, I don't know, an arrow at someone and you fail to do it, that's fine. If you roll a natural 1, which is literally the 1 on the d20 dice, it could be that it looks funny, your bow can break, and any of that as well. So basically your Dungeon Master is, how do I say that? Is the consequences of your actions. So the Dungeon Master basically has its story worked out, and you play along that story, but everything you do will be used against you in a way. So yeah, that's why there's a lot of talking and just more like imaginary things, because it's a role-playing game, so you role-play as a certain character. So I get that it can be kind of confusing, but you'll get there. It's totally fine. I'm gonna hop right in because my friends have been waiting now. So see you in the nice world of Tomb of Annihilation, and we are at the moment in the province of Chult. Let's hop right back in. Hello?
A North Sea Germanic language just stayed behind in Northern Europe. It's fairly similar in some ways. Of
Why?
course, Frisian has less French than you do, but you know, that's only to their credit.
Why is there a big
What a
die
time to come
in
in.
the ocean?
There's a big die in the ocean because I'm creating a big token of rations. How many days of rations per person do you have?
By my count, assuming that I've updated it correctly as we go, 32 per person.
32.
There may or may not have been a day slightly misplaced, but I have been taking it up every time you say a night rolls over, so.
I mean... Oh, fucking...
Probably more strictly than I normally would do, but like, this is, you know...
Yeah, that's...
one of those campaigns.
Oh god. Did I just click? Yeah, okay.
This kind of looks like a big monster eye staring out to sea. This is very square.
I mean, you're saying it
Tell
if
me
it
I'm
isn't.
wrong.
Yeah, you're saying it if it isn't. Here, I shall attempt to. I shall attempt to cut down wood.
Did not mean to click that.
Well, yes. Hello. We all are yay. We are here. We're doing things, presumably. And you all are good people. I mean, the details of the plan are still in question, but the next plan was go down river, get off Camp Vengeance, explore in direction here, and, well, this time it was not explicitly look for the grave, but instead look for the locals and see if they have any problems with undead.
Oh yeah.
You know of one settlement,
Mhm.
Nabala,
I forgot about that bit.
which is a human settlement. There is supposed to be a settlement here in between those two ridges that has some Yuan-ti in them,
Do we
and
want to
somewhere
encounter
between
them?
Cape Vengeance and the mountains, there are supposed to be some goblins. So yeah, that's where you guys are going. I mean, and on the way, you might be interested in checking out Camp Righteous, if you want to. Which isn't
We are
really.
passing it.
You are passing it. You can. But yeah, unless there's anything pressing from anyone else, I think the state of affairs is go, right?
Yeah, because I feel like Dracarelli
Was there
did his drinking
anything
last time.
else
last night, right?
anybody particularly needed? And don't say wine or alcohol or anything of the sort, please. Like, I think we're fine on healing kits. I think we're fine on Oh, I remember what it was. We were going to decide who gets the potions of healing.
Oh,
I
yes.
remember something.
So how many potion of healing need to be allocated still?
4.
I already had some, so
4. Well, there are 4 PCs.
That's true.
Let's see.
One each?
Alina does not carry a healing potion right now.
Was that a double negative or was that a single one? Is she,
She does not carry one.
not carry one? I will give the one that I would have got to her, and then the rest of the party can have one.
You can all have one healing potion. If you don't add it, it will be gone into the terrible ether. What grade is that?
no.
Well, that's why I reminded
Is
last
it just a
time.
regular potion of healing?
2d4 plus 2, yeah.
2d4
I already
plus
have 2 of those and 1 great pot of
You
healing
have
as well.
2?
I think I already added that one last time.
Are you sure that wasn't the one from before?
Could be, but if that's the case, I'm good on 2 and 1 great pot, so you get 1 as well. So you get 1 and Lena gets 1.
I mean-
so you can share those.
Okay, I'm gonna put this as nicely as I can.
Yes.
Of us, you tend to be the one that gets battered about the most.
I know, but I also have the rod, which also heals me, right? No?
You
Wait.
keep cutting out.
Yep.
Is this better?
Yes.
We'll
I don't
see.
know.
Let me fix this. Give me 1 second.
Is Discord being Discordy again?
No, I swapped to my HyperX microphone again because I figured a way to plug it in. PC building and everything today was a thing, but I made it. This should be better. It won't be cutting out now. I have the rod as well that heals me, or at least. No, wait. The rod gives me.
You can use the rod to get a spell slot.
Yeah, but there was also a thing that healed me last time, and it wasn't a potion.
No, it's not that it heals you. You might be referring to the amulet,
Mm-hmm.
and that doesn't heal you.
Oh. Well,
I don't think you have revealed to the party what the amulet does.
You have not.
do I remember what it does?
Wait, do you?
I don't
do you
remember
have
what
to
it
normal?
does.
Are you asking me?
As a player, I don't remember. I feel like I should
Okay,
remember as.
Okay, I'll
did
just
you DM it to me?
I'll just share it with the party. I think I did.
If you DM'd it to me, I'll just reread it. That's fine. Don't
I mean,
reveal it.
am I allowed to share it with the party?
I mean, you're the DM. I think you get
Oh,
to say
wait.
that.
Wait.
Well,
Okay. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, like that's useful. It helps you not die, but I
Mhm.
wouldn't call it healing.
It regains hit points.
Just as a point of clarity before we go.
I mean,
Mhm.
it helps me during a short rest.
You do have to make it that far first, though. We should have had a cleric.
We didn't add one.
I thought about it, and then I'm like, no, I'm playing one in my normal game. I don't really want to.
No.
When you say you've got 2 healing potions, is it 2 normal ones, or is it the
It's-
greater and the
It's
lower
2
one?
normal ones and 1 great pot of healing. So it's 2 2d4 plus 2 and then 1 4d4 plus 4.
Okay, you're definitely covered on healing then.
I told you so. Take the potion.
I just wanted to clarify because you said you had potions. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Where are
And you
they?
also get punched a lot. So
I get punched a lot, but that's fine, because I'm Sir Punch a lot.
Bearing in mind that one of the party has a murder sword that has got your name
Yes,
seemingly
but,
on
but
it.
the thing is, I'll just stay away from him. I made friends with him. Finger guns.
I made friends with him, so now I can send him out into the wilderness on his own.
Yes, I just go like,
What you need is a
friend,
rod
go."
of banishment.
Maybe.
I mean, what do you want to do with the one that would have been assigned to you then?
Well, since you're giving yours to Lena, then I'm giving mine to yours. To you. So you get one too, because you were giving yours away.
1 to frig, 1 to. I nearly spelled that wrong. Good drop.
Oh, frig.
But
I love doing that.
and then okay, I get 1. Thank you. If I could spell Lara, it's not a hard name.
It isn't.
I was
but
deliberately chosen, so.
hey.
Apparently,
Next.
I've got a reputation for picking impossible names.
Next time, just call him like single letter.
I feel like the next time I'm gonna
Hey.
play a character in Baldur's Gate, it shouldn't be one of the characters I play in D&D, because I keep dying all the time.
I had that my first run through when I tried to do cleric, and it just did not work. Maybe that was just because I was bad.
We should also play a game of Baldur's Gate.
I need to install it first.
Oh no. How
I haven't had it installed since early access. Different problem.
Wait, did
So
that,
okay.
Did that die just change? It looks like an angry eye now, because of the health bar on top of it. It's
Wait,
like,
wait.
It's like
wait,
an
wait, wait.
angry eyebrow, and it's just like. "Meh."
Stop moving it, please.
Sorry.
2 seconds. I need to do this.
Oh no! Oh no!
One moment. Utility advanced group.
No,
Okay, they don't quite. I mean, I still like it how they kind of move and slide around, not quite synchronized to each other.
I don't see it unless you move it around. I think.
It is not moving for me.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It's like all of the modern girls drawing on eyebrows. They move one bit and it just disappears again. Sorry.
So,
Yes. I love that.
It's a wandering angry eyeball.
Yep.
The angries
a
about the
wandering.
wanders.
Isn't that just me, Crow?
Oh, yeah, that's apparently I'm
I thought more of
personified.
a levitating stroke floating angry eyeball.
Alright,
That's a phrase I haven't heard.
This is a cartoon version of a beholder.
Oh no, Beholder have tentacles with eye stalks on them. That's very funny.
How many tickles does it take to make a beholder laugh?
I think I have actually beholder stickers
tickles.
somewhere.
Sorry.
I need to dig those out.
Come on, what the heck?
Way too easy.
But
Let's move on.
unless there's something else, somebody
hurt my
definitely
brain.
I don't
dreadful.
think so. That was the kind of I should have written it down somewhere. Obviously, this is what you need to do before you go. Let's learn for
Yes.
next time.
Yes, I just wanted to check, but we did get the identify and all the spell scrolls I wanted.
Yes.
I'm just looking at my spell list again and going slightly crazy.
I mean, Warlock. Yeah, so everything is given to somebody except the scroll of jump, which I don't think is any pressing issue.
No.
So if everybody's happy, I think we're ready because we've got the canoes already. Haven't we? Yeah. So
Yeah,
we should be
not-
okay.
you
Apart
have
from like
to know.
picking who's in which boat. I think we're fine.
I will not be
Yeah.
near the sword.
I was wondering if that was going to be a problem, is because nobody wants to be in the boat with a sword.
I'm fine with that.
We could. Okay.
Girl and boy boat.
I was about to say like we could just Well, does that work though? Having a turtle and the half orc in one boat.
I mean, it would distribute the weight, just not necessarily the way you necessarily.
They can. They can roll harder.
To be fair, the turtle probably can swim.
I can't swim, but I can just hold my breath for a while. So if Sword Guy does anything stupid, I just jump into the water. And...
You just jump out and then walk back to the bank.
Yep.
Can you trap him in the lantern?
No.
Damn. I mean,
At the moment, I can't even get anyone else in the lantern.
I didn't mean with you. I just meant in general.
Holy fuck!
I
just rolled at the random encounter table, and did it just me confirm that I'm not gonna do that to you?
Okay.
Actually, no.
Did you roll well on that table?
Actually, no. That's a fine. Like in my mind, those creatures were way worse.
Worse than angry party member with evil sword?
Yes, like let's just say that I expected the CR of those creatures to be in the 5s and 6s, and there were multiple of them. In fact, there were 3 of them in that random encounter.
No, thank you.
So I expected a random encounter to just wipe you out on the spot. So
That
I wanted
wouldn't
to
be
back-
nice.
Yeah, so I wanted to backcheck that. No, but no, it turned out that I overestimated.
I would hope so at that point.
That would be pretty anticlimactic, just being wiped out by a random encounter.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. But yes, you can make your way.
Downtown.
Oh, did I
Yeah.
hand in that medal?
Let's just say yes. Let's just
Yeah.
say you have done that. Have you collected the money?
No, that's why I was asking.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, 500 gold for winning.
Oh, Beautiful things.
Let me check back, but I'm pretty sure if I found gold.
Where's that? There you are. I couldn't remember what it was off the top of my head to just do it myself and just not say anything. I'm like, I don't remember the money. I know there was money, but like I couldn't remember. Champions chain removed.
Gets things to do. It's just...
Is this the most money I think I've ever had as a single character? Ever. Stark contrast to Copper, who has 1 copper.
Yeah, okay, let's just say 500 fucking gold, because this fucking adventure book is awfully written. You can't find shit even with the advantage of Control F searches. It's bloody hard to find anything you're looking for.
Rude. I'll put it as 500, and if we find out later that's a different number, then I'll go back and change it later. No more freebies.
So yes.
With that, I think we're now safe to leave.
Did it always
You're
say
making it.
Muhahaha?
It's just the other thing that rolled when I rolled on the encounter thing was that apparently you got lost traveling on the river. I don't know how that works.
Unless there's a fork, that seems to be
It's just-
impossible.
Yeah, it's just you're going up the river.
Yeah, no. That would be very difficult to get lost.
I mean, unless you were traveling under the water and just went too far, I think, yeah, I don't see that
You
being
missed your exit.
feasible. Literally.
You went too far. You dug too deep.
Well, yeah, you make good process on the first day. And we'll eventually, the river travel, just at least this far downriver, is fairly safe. You make it a good bit
Ooh,
up the river.
this means death. I don't like that.
No, these marks is basically the yellow marked area with the black and white skull and crossbones. Low intensity undead infestation. The orange marked area with the red and white skull and crossbones are high intensity undead infestation.
I don't see skull and crossbones on the orange area. Maybe on areas that you can't see.
yes.
But like,
You don't see that because you don't have the map.
We don't have the full
You have
map.
only your version of the map. I have the version on the map with all the markings.
Oh no.
which is an easy thing to forget.
Yeah, it's just, and I overlaid them just so I have like I have them all on top of each other, so I can move your token on your map and my map simultaneously. It's just that I only see my version and you guys only see yours.
Like small detail.
Yeah, certain ones.
So just casual camping?
Yes, you make your way to get yourself. Well, okay. There are certain details with regard to traveling around, which is mainly some of the stuff you have. Lara,
Yes.
your witch's hat and your flying broom.
Yes.
Are you like? Do you wear the witch's hat? Let's start there. Or do you have it like in your pack to be pulled out when you need it?
Dun dun.
I mean, I don't have to wear it to attune to it, do I?
Yes, but you don't have to keep it on.
No, yeah, I mean, like once it was attuned, I don't have to keep it on.
I assume you did that in the city after identifying it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd happily attune to it, but then I'd be like, and tucked away you go for when we need a bit of, pyromaniac bullshit.
Okay.
I don't want to accidentally set something on fire because I'm not paying attention.
The broom, I guess, bound to your pack?
Like, you know how people carry swords across their back?
You're
That
gonna
kind of
carry.
diagonal, bracing angle, but
Yeah, just kind of.
unless it's casually flying on it, hoodwinked.
Yeah, the kind of slung
Oh,
into
you're
your
walking.
pack.
I don't even have to get my feet dirty. Could I be any more rich privileged?
It's just, I mean,
Actually, that's
technically, you can float along the river with it, just passively, keeping up with the boats. I assume Ylfa wears her amulet and carries her spear around.
Mm-hmm.
That would also mean that Drak can get his own boat.
That's fair.
technically yes. If you wanted to share with Frigg, I could just fly along, and Elena, I'm sure, would
Sure.
squish.
It's just, there's a problem. It's just sitting on a broom for hours. It's just not comfortable.
I was thinking alternating, your Harry Potter front on to side saddle, just to keep blood circulation anywhere you'd want it.
Have you thought about a nice pillow?
It's just.
Yes, but how do you keep it attached, and where do you store it in the interim?
We really need to just staple a fucking saddle to it.
Yes, that would be.
Just a bike seat.
Yeah, it's just something that's better than just that. Ylfa, I assume you
Well,
wear
just
your
like-
amulet, you carry your spear,
Mm-hmm.
or just have it with you. I mean, Drak, I assume, will never leave his sword out of sight.
Duh.
This is just it's his sword.
No comment.
Um,
Oh my god.
Wonderful.
Rosie.
What?
Sorry, it took me a while.
I only meant no comment, but what?
I mean that says enough. Sorry. It's
I don't.
I mean,
Yuki,
What's
you're
happening?
doing things. You're going on your own journey there, Yuki.
I know.
We're all just waving you goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, yeah,
You
go.
see the one with the
Flying
broom
the
right
broom.
now, and I'm just standing there going, "What the? Huh? Why are you flying?
I'm sorry,
Just
my
float.
mind's in the gutter.
just floating
You
away? Okay.
blamed me.
No, you're setting up camp, and while you're doing this, while you're setting up camp, while you're going around, I am going to ask
Yes.
Ylfa
Yes.
to roll me perception.
Ooh. I gotta do something now.
Mm-hmm.
Perception.
I always get concerned if passive perception's not enough.
No, it's just I do passive perception for
Oh
passive
my
things,
god.
like
Oh, sweetie.
traps and stuff like that. You can find with passive
I
perception.
I rolled 3
But if
nat
something
20s
is
yesterday.
actively from you, then
on roller skate.
okay, that's
You're really ignorant.
I think in
Harry.
this case, successfully.
so. And now, I would like to ask everyone else to roll perception after Ylfa failed.
Bad roll, but it flags out to a decent number just because modifiers.
And Rook.
The sword guides.
This is. I always trust the sword. The sword never lies to me.
Oh god.
But no, actually, you, both Drak and Lara would see sitting on a low-hanging branch. What's again? I guess you might call it a wood spirit. It's like a slight, kind of, maybe even smaller than a gnome humanoid shape, but clearly like made out of twigs and stuff like that.
Cute.
With a big blank like. Oh god, what are the white bark trees again?
Birch.
Birch with like a birch bark type of mask instead of a face, entirely featureless.
Creepy.
Drak, what you also see is that this creature holds in its hand an oddly familiar-looking health potion.
Why did I hear elf potion?
No,
Guys, can we check our things, please?
What do you mean? What's up?
Uh,
She starts
just
patting.
trust me, okay?
Okay.
And do it slowly.
Is anybody missing anything?
Yilfa,
Yes.
where you had your superior healing potion,
Oh
No!
there now sits a rather pretty-looking snail shell.
Aw,
no! Bad
At least-
bark
he puts
dog.
back things together.
I don't know if it wants to trade again, but and she like pulls out the shell, like holds it out to you guys. This is not my great pot of healing.
Well then.
Do we know anything about the kind of spirits that we would find in these woods?
Arcana or religion from anyone. Or, of course, if anyone wants to argue some other skill, they are welcome to.
I am just doing the tween rolls today.
Can I speak the language of the thing?
Do you Arcana or religion roll? And then we shall see what you think, because of course, you can just try to talk to it in whatever language and then see what happens. But with that, we might be able to establish, what you think. May or no, where are your languages? Because they're not in the language thing, Frick.
Oh, may have forgotten to write them down. That is bad.
Been there.
Happens.
Yeah, I know, but I know you speak Aquan, but I
Yes.
don't know if you speak any other absurd or obscure languages.
I don't think so. It was just Arquan Common.
And, Yilfa, you can also get a religion or Arcana.
Oh god. Okay.
Well, okay.
Good
Yeah, these are
bad.
these things happen. Minor spirits of the land, elemental spirits, and generally speaking, they try to be fair. It's just depending on how you look at it, they have they have problems with certain concepts, such as asking for permission or value. He that spirit probably thinks he did you a favor. He gave you something pretty. That's worth it, right? And he gave you a surprise. That's super worth it. Surprises have value, right? They can be argued with, kind of. They can be, traded with, what kind of. But in the end, they don't get value like you do. To these spirits, something doesn't have value because, this costs a lot of coin. It's just, is it pretty? Is it interesting? Is it novel?
Shit.
That little shit.
I'm just gonna... Fuck it, I'm gonna use a spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
Comprehend language also lets me talk, right? Or... Wait,
I
no.
think it only lets you understand
Oh, does it only... Yeah, I think maybe... Yeah. Then I can't do that. No, then I can't talk to it. All these language spells, but
It's still just kind of sitting there on the low-hanging branch, playing with the bottle.
Hmm.
It has
What's the
stats.
likelihood of it understanding common?
Can I have
Um,
my unseen servant reach him?
Unseen servants. Do they float?
I don't know how high up he is.
It's above reaching range from the ground, and I think. Oh, God damn it. Let me just check the text. Unoccupied space on the ground within range. They do not float.
I mean, find familiar. I haven't casted it yet. Does it make any notion of leaving, or is it just watching us?
It's not even watching you, it's watching the bottle. It has started throwing the bottle up and down, up, and then catches it and, watches the pretty liquid splash around.
Does anyone else have anything pretty that they don't need?
What's part of
I mean, I suppose it's arbitrary what it would find pretty.
Would he find pretty a bear trap?
I'm gonna go with you probably would scare her.
Do we still have one of those empty bottles of the potion that Drax drunk?
I think those were thrown away.
No empty bottles?
I mean, I have a bottle of I don't know if I think it's one of those, like, I don't know if I would be interested. It's like, I can't tell.
Because I got an idea, but
I now understand what the role was for, though. I mean, I can offer it a different bottle to see if it will give it back.
Like a different health potion or just different bottle?
Undisclosed at this moment in time.
What is in the bottle that you want to give him?
I'll tell you if it takes it. I walk over to it with a different bottle and offer it to the there.
Wait a minute.
It could be
Oi.
empty for all you know.
Oi. That's not my alcohol, is it?
No, it is absolutely not.
I really do not believe you this time.
If he doesn't take that, I got an idea, but we gotta get rid of the insides of the bottle.
He catches the health potion back in one hand. And kind of grasp around the branch he is on with his feet. And then, kind of swings downward and is now kind of like hanging upside down on eye height with you, Lara.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
Tree.
Can I adopt this?
It's adorable. I love it.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I want one. It's like a little limpling.
Let us know, please.
But he just kind of, he studies the bottle you're holding out, your hand holding the bottle. He's just kind of looking at it.
I like, as it looks, I kind of like swish it around so he's the liquid inside, like the same way I watched it do with the health potion.
While it studies this one, can you just take the other ones from his hand?
Oh,
You don't wanna make it
I'm
angry.
offering it politely, dear.
it has a
Mm.
weird. It has a
Not
weird.
politely.
He didn't. This is very true. But it has like weird monkey-like vine hands. That, like taking things from it, subtly or suddenly. Probably not the best of successes.
I while Lara is holding out the bottle.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna try to make it look even more interesting by casting Mind Illusion and making it look like it's like super sparkly and glowy.
Whoa.
Cool.
I think that worked on the wrong person.
Oh, do you want this health potion? I think having the better one's a better bet. Especially for the squish.
He hangs there for a moment. It's very excited. And then goes like into the thinker pose, with like one hand crossed over, the other folded over that one on his chin.
While upside down.
Yes, while upside down.
What?
Great.
What an act.
And then, he looks from the sparkles to Euphric, back to the sparkles, back to Euphric, and does a slightly upset trilling. Man has terrifying perception.
I'm pointing towards the bottle he is holding, and I just say "give"
Please.
and hold out my hand.
He will. In one hand, he has the bottle. The other hand, he will put on the bottle that gets held out to him by Lara. But he doesn't use it to take the bottle away. He just uses the bottle as a foothold, or arm hold, and then holds it there, and then kind of with a slight swing of his body, puts his feet on your shoulder and is now standing on your shoulders, Lara.
Can I reach the other bottle?
He didn't grab the other bottle. He just put his hand on it as kind of like a pivot point.
I squint at him.
Is it now is it still within reach?
If you put your arms up, you can definitely grab his hands.
How heavy is it?
It's very light.
Okay, that's fine. I don't think I've got a lot of strength.
No, it's as I said, it's smaller than a gnome, and
I mean,
it's even
to be fair, you can be smaller than a gnome and still really bloody heavy.
still be very dense, yes, but like even less dense than your average gnome. It is very
I've never
light.
had one on my shoulders before.
You could you feel like if it takes an aerodynamic shape, you could probably throw it pretty far.
I don't want to while it's holding the potion, but good to know.
Just in case I'm casting Mage Hand.
In case I throw it.
No, I think you. Wait, no, you have only one level in Rogue.
Yes.
Right? That means you are not an Arcane Trickster, which means your Mage Hand is visible.
Yes. I'm just putting it right next to me.
Okay, just having it at the ready.
Yes.
Okay.
You're using it to stroke your chin while this happens.
I am making another minor illusion
Mhm.
of the potion bottle that we want. I try to copy it. And
Yes.
then I use my Mage Hand to give it back to me.
ah.
To show him what I want. And while I do that, I glare at him angrily.
He does the a slightly childlike motion where he puts both of his hands on his bottle and presses it to his chest protectively. still standing on the shoulders of Lara. And also, like the wrong way around. He's looking over your back.
I do not like this monkey.
I'm just gonna try asking it nicely because why the hell not? I was like, can I please have the potion back? We will give you this other shiny precious bottle in return.
Or else.
Shut up. We have to live in this forest while we're traveling through it. Let's not piss off the spirits of it. I don't want to wake up with like angry spirits over me.
The creature swings down, holding one of his foot still kind of like slung over on your shoulder, and kind of hangs down the arm you're holding the other bottle in. It kind of starts studying the bottle and with its free hand poking it.
This one's actually more valuable because he wants it more than she wants her potion back.
Actually, the other one is more valuable because the good one is costing him his life.
To be fair, depending on the situation, both bottles could cost a life.
He seems to be rather enamored and just hanging off his one singular leg hanging on your arm. He tries to, with one hand, it's not very strong, you can stop it however you want, but it's trying to tuck the bottle you're holding out of your hand, Lara.
I go, other bottle first. And I put my other hand out towards like the bottle that it still has.
Slowly, very slowly extends his hand with the health potion. Well, ever increasing strength, still fairly light. Trying to drag on the other bottle. I would like a persuasion roll from you, Lara.
Persuade. Oh, that's not. Yeah.
Hey!
Finally.
Raven.
So yeah, that's the
Natural
situation. He very slowly extends his healing potion hand to you, while his other hand is tugging on the other bottle.
If he starts to release the health potion, I will let go of my grip of the other bottle.
Okay, yeah, eventually the health potion is in your hand. Like, eventually you both hold both bottles at the same time.
Yes.
This is awkward, like, for a few seconds standoff where neither of you want to let go of any of them. And then he slowly, with a slightly saddened trill, releases the health potion.
Jeez.
Oh, he's a good boy. Good boy.
He's such a cutie.
What a selfish little tree.
Now, you have to promise me not to let the bad man over there get that bottle, okay? And I just wink at it. Go on there. And I just just gesture my arm to like where it was originally sitting.
It leaps off your arm. It leaps with more force than you thought it had. And because it's so light, it just go a fair distance.
There's like no resistance.
Yeah, it goes a fair distance into the tree. And it will actually uncork the bottle. And now I need to ask you, what is the bottle you have handed him?
A bottle of wine. Drunk monkey.
The fairly highly alcoholic wine. It will start dribbling, do like a small dribble out of the wine. And then from his other hand, set a small spark to the dribbles as they drip out. The alcohol, of course, to catching fire. Just small, tiny droplet fireballs. It is very happy with its droplet fireballs.
I didn't think a forest spirit could have caused fire.
It's just these tiny sparks it sends out from his finger.
If I'm going to fight drunk monkey trees in the future, I'm going to put this on you.
This is your fault.
I If we have to fight drunk monkeys, then you'll know what it's like to talk to your own character when he comes out of the bar.
Haha. Very funny.
And I just turn around and hand the potion back to Ilfa.
Thank you.
It corks back up at the wine bottle. You know, it starts trilling happily as it climbs into the trees.
Cool.
We're gonna have to keep an extra close eye out for forest fires tonight, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a jungle. It's very unlikely to catch fire.
Yeah. A lot of rain. Like, it's just, even if I don't point it out, like every day there's some kind of light rain, at least, for the most part.
It's an elemental spirit. I wouldn't be surprised if it manages to work around some sort of nonsense level things.
That is entirely fair. Though, given some of the stuff you have in Frick's genie lamp, I feel like you are the wildfire danger around here.
I do not know what you mean by that.
That's
I mean, that's also fair. But that's why we have the hat of, like, undo the damage.
the head of undo the damage. Yep, that's... He will spend the night after dealing with the nature sprite. And barring greater disaster on the next day, you will reach the abandoned Camp Righteous. And I hope that map isn't broken, because it certainly kind of looks like it's broken on my end, but then it seems to work? Question mark. But yes. Any other wonderful things you want to do? You know, does anyone want to go hunting for forest sprites? Or any bottles they have stolen from other traveling people? Like, if they steal health
bottle was stolen, or I think it's more about somebody wanting the bottle back.
No, just like thinking. It's like, you know, like birds that steal shinies, and you can find like shinies in their nest.
I think we need to be more attentive to our rucksacks going forward. Hopefully no more mischievous fingers going through other people's belongings. I just look at Track when I say this.
Maybe we should start to get more eyes. Where we have camp, like casting some familiar spells or unseen servants. Can unseen servants do that? I don't know.
I think unseen servants can only act on command.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, if you ask them to watch something, you know, they'll watch it and proceed to not tell you about anything they see, because they'd only do what, you know, they're very direct creature, unseen servants.
So if you're like, watch this, and if someone tries to take it, wake us up, would they do that, or is it one task only?
Let me actually see the unseen servant spell directly.
Let's see.
This was a reference point.
You basically have to
Give it
can
an order.
perform simple tasks.
Humans could.
Yeah, well, these tasks seem to be kind of like...
Hmm.
I guess you could probably give it an order like, hey, if somebody touches this, go over here.
Oh, wake me up.
So you can rig an unseen, like a kind of unseen servant warning system.
We have to give it a bell.
I was about to say, if you ring the bell.
Can they make noise themselves, or can they only impact other things to make noise? Like, if someone touches this, scream.
No, they cannot make any native noise.
Okay.
And technically, technically, like, it's just they can exert force, so they could hold up a bell. But like, technically, they are like shapeless. Technically, you can walk straight through them.
Wonder how would that feel?
I'm gonna go with unpleasant on both fronts.
I mean, that's what do you mean? Why do you think I have it?
It has. Okay, this is something here because this might actually be important. Oh no, it can move up to 15 feet. Yeah, it moves 15 feet a turn, which isn't a lot, and can only be at maximum 60 feet away from the person that cast the spell.
Mm-hmm.
So they're limited, but they could definitely help. But yeah, unless anyone has anything to do, this was your camp encounter. Which means we have a day takeover. -1 on the angry dice. The angry dice of food. And it would be the next fine day.
Yeah.
Okay. Has anything else gone missing in the night, or are we good to go?
No, it seems everything else is done. And you're down a bottle of wine, but you are up a very pretty snail shell.
Oh yeah. I didn't
That
have
sounds like a fair trade to me.
What the fuck is on that place?
Let me put that in my inventory as well. Pretty snail shell.
Oh yeah.
You never know when it comes in handy.
Probably the next time we see a forest spirit.
The forest spirit
Maybe the
economy.
grunts like it.
So, you are able to make your way up the river, not down the river. Rather much without trouble. And you will eventually, and now I hope. Again, unless you want to make landfall, I'm not saying, you have stopped your boats and are there now. It's just that, what you see is what, slightly overgrown. It has been a while. Slightly trampled into the mud. You see the remnants of the base camp righteous. Sat next to a statue shrine. Like a big statue that has a small room inside of it. There is Camp Righteous, and I hope the map is visible for you and isn't just darkness and black.
It is mostly darkness and black, yeah. I mean, it's grey.
It shouldn't be.
I also can't see my token.
Yep.
Yep, me either.
This is...
I see the health bar.
True.
See, the problem is that both Fog of War and Dynamic Lighting is turned off.
I see the problem.
So, you should be able to see things.
Could be.
I mean, I know which one's mine because I can click on it, but there's no indication if it moves. Who's this?
But what if I turn Fog of War on and then try to remove it? No, that doesn't do anything. What if I turn...
I mean, if nothing else, we can appreciate the very detailed statue.
You can see feet.
Yes.
But what if I turn dynamic lighting on and turn daylight mode on?
Yes.
Does that work?
Almost.
We see everything.
We see other tokens.
Yes. No. That's bodies.
Okay.
Those skeleton tokens are actual skeletons that are just lying around. Presumably, I mean, either undead and then stopped here, or the former inhabitants of the camp. who were just left lying because it would be, I guess, not worth it to recover them.
Oh, that's bleak.
Can those servants, those unseen servants, like trigger traps and things like that?
Not passively. As I said, they are formless and shapeless, which means they can't trigger trapwires unless you see a trapwire, and then you can tell the unseen servant, hey, exert force on that tripwire. Then they can trigger. But like passively, like if you don't know there's a pressure plate, an unseen servant can't trigger the pressure plate because they have no weight.
Mm-hmm.
But and also,
Yeah.
like, I put you there with the boats on the map. But currently you are on the river in your boats. You haven't made landfall. And if you don't want to make landfall, you don't have to make landfall.
I mean, let's make landfall if we can over here.
Like, it's not your target. Where you wanted to go was like about a day further upriver in Camp Vengeance. There are apparently still people at Camp Vengeance. Camp Righteous was like the first attempt to make a base camp on the river, and it failed spectacularly.
Oh, my
That's
goodness.
true, but we might find interesting things here.
It's fair.
So, do we get off or? I'm willing to
want
go
to?
ahead if you want.
Um. At this
Yes,
point, I am very distrustful of anything remotely undead because even if it looks dead, it doesn't stay that way for very long around us.
that is fair.
I can send one of the servants to like poke it or something. Should work, I think.
I mean, I doubt that there'll be much of anything left, but there might be something like on the bodies.
So, I mean, there's an indication if they haven't even buried the dead, they might well have left valuables behind.
I mean,
That-
certainly the ones on the people that are currently lying there. If you just wanna, I'm totally fine to do so. Don't. I don't necessarily want to.
I'm currently just in awe of how fucking huge that statue.
Can I command
What's
an
the statue
unseen
of?
servant
Like,
to like
The statue is actually I can give you I think an image of the statue, because the statue is basically like, imagine a dude, but its face is not on its head because it doesn't have a head. Its face is on its chest, and instead of a head, it has a crocodile lying on top of it.
Why does that sound familiar?
I don't know. And yeah, like it's less a statue, and more like there is, like, if you can go inside, it's more like a building that has like it's more like the outer panels of a building that is like in the shape of a person.
Oh dear.
Like, it's a small
Okay,
shrine
so
building, yeah.
yeah, it was some sort of like burial site or important building of some description.
Like, this is the thing. Like, I cut off the map here because the map I have doesn't quite work for the purposes I have. But if you walk inside here, you can. I don't have a map for that, but there are descriptions, there's actionability. You can go inside of the shrine if you want to.
I don't know what to do. I'm scared.
Same.
I mean, okay, first decision. Do you stop, get off the boat, and investigate things?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Do some people stay on the boats in the river, or do all people go onto land?
I go
I
on
am
land.
going to get off.
If people are going to investigate, I will join them. Not
Okay.
necessarily excitedly, but I will join them.
So all people get off the boat. Well, then the question becomes, yeah, for the camp, what you see is kind of what you get. If you want to investigate any of the tents in particular, please move yourself to the tent and tell me that you investigate.
Then I am going to move up to this one. And I'm going to investigate.
Now, kind of by the general, well, rot and moistness of the jungle fairly reduced. There is what was once probably a pretty nice chest. Stands like slightly open, like the lid isn't locked. It is just, visibly it's just lying. It's lying closed, but it's not quite closed. It's clearly not locked. But other than that, it seems like this tent at least, most things of value were removed.
Then,
Do you wish to open the box?
can I take the sword out and open it with the sword?
Just
from a
kind of,
distance?
push the lid open with
Yeah,
your...
Like poke.
Yes, you can. And poking the lid open and kind of looking in, what you find in the chest is nothing of value. You find a small ball, small
Um.
mess of. It's hard to tell when they're up in a tangle like this. Like 3 snakes, 4 snakes.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Like not long, maybe as long, like from end to end, maybe as long as your forearm.
Yeah.
Like they aren't big. They're just fairly mundane small snakes.
So they aren't even poisonous.
I mean, I wouldn't bet on it.
God damn it. Well, there goes my plan. Anyway, I'm leaving the snakes where they are, and I'm going out, I guess.
Wonderful. And while he is doing that, does anyone else wish to investigate?
I would like to investigate the body close to the water. Like, is there still any weapons, or is it just...
I would like you to roll a d6.
I heard that.
Uh, It seems like a lot of the obvious valuables are gone, including what they probably had at their main weapon. They have a short sword at their belt that hasn't been taken away from them. But other than that, they are relatively bare. Like, if they had a spear, which seems likely, or some other main weapon, it seems that was either lost or looted.
I would take the short sword and throw it into the river.
Good precautionary measure.
Okay. Lara, given that you have been rather apprehensive about this, you're kind of staying by the boats and keeping a watch out. You're ranged anyway.
Yeah. I'm just keeping an eye out in case one of these bodies start moving.
Elena will join you there. Just preemptively, I would like a perception roll from you, Lara, in case,
Open my character sheet and just like, oh, there's nothing there. Perception.
And I will certainly inform you if you see a thing. And Yilfa.
I mean, paranoid and rightly so at this point. I am making sure that nothing. Oh, no, nothing else doesn't come back, but nothing hurts my companion.
And Yilfa, are you
Yes.
investigating anything?
I'm going with this Scully boy here. He looks handsome.
A D6?
A D6?
Yes, a D6. Okay. This one seems to have been both the meat and in process of that, also his clothing, have been thoroughly scavenged by presumably the local wildlife. There's not much left of this dead person,
Yeah.
except most of its bones, but even them, of course, not all of them.
No weapons or anything?
Nothing in
Good.
that regard.
Does he still have his bone, like his leg bones?
I mean, I wouldn't count on him having all the bones in his feet, but yeah, it seems like the broad structure of the skeleton is still there.
I take both of the upper leg bones and toss them towards the river. You know, for if he like tries to stand up.
Paranoid much?
Okay.
It's just, you know,
Sure.
it's easier to stomp someone's head if they're a crawler.
Yeah, that's fair. Sort of step by step. Like getting away kind of from the step by step. Is there anything, what's your plan investigating this place?
I don't know, maybe finding some valuables or finding out what happened. What are you insinuating? What is smoking even?
Oh, nothing. Something that gives you paranoia.
I feel like the last encounter we had in that big old tomb is this enough to like be a little bit paranoid about skeletons standing up next to you while you're just chilling.
It's very sick as one of them nearly flattened you.
Yep.
Well,
Not to bring back a sore point.
so I
Thanks.
guess the question, what are you investigating? The obvious items to investigate are, of course, the tents, the bodies, this solid building over here, which seems to have been mostly demolished by something, and the interior of the shrine.
I mean, the demolished building. Is it still smoking? Or is that just...
No,
Okay.
like that's not smoking, and the campfire is also not on. This is just the limitations of the map I have.
Fair. Just making sure. I think I'm gonna go uphill. I have the high ground that way. I want to see
I didn't know
what's
Anakin was here. That's
I'm
fine.
gonna also investigate this other tent if anyone else wants to.
Yeah, no, I'm going like kind of away from the step-by-step thing, and just Drac will investigate tents in general. She will investigate those more solid ruins. I guess Frick. Any particular thing?
I would just check, like, take the weapons of all the bodies that are laying here, and then check the tents, the upper ones, the small ones.
I would like you to roll me 4d6. Mm-hmm. First, let's go with Yelfa. You're not an expert in architecture. But even you know, as part of the building wall your building is like kind of sinking into the soft, swampy soil, your building is probably gonna collapse. You feel like you don't need to be an expert to know that. And that seems to be what happened to that building. Like, it didn't even got, like, of course, it didn't, you know, the general decay that happens, you know, the overturn of biometa in a jungle, while the undead trying to ravish it, all of that didn't help. But it seems like this building just crumbled because it was shoddily built in a stupid place.
No comment.
Fair enough.
It is very close to water to be building much of anything.
Yep. Also, an investigation roll from Yilfa for further thingies.
Yup. Coming right up. If my character sheet decides to load. Investigation, right?
Yes.
Oh my
Ooh.
goodness.
Yep.
Wow.
You find rubble.
Yay!
With rubble,
Guys,
some of-
I found rubble!
you could some of those half
Wow.
bricks. You could take some of these half bricks, put your magic stone spell on them, and throw them at people.
I take some of the half bricks and put them in my pocket.
You are really smooth, aren't you?
Oh, I am.
This tent, Drak, seems to have been abandoned in a bit of more of an haphazard way. Partially, you think, because now that you're inside of it, it's pretty obvious that, you know, some creatures, perhaps undead predatory dinosaurs, perhaps alive predatory dinosaurs, seems to have, like, kind of slashed through the outer wall of the tent and, like, tried to tear and weasel their way inside.
Ew.
A lot of the stuff you find is still, you know, you probably don't want a bedroll that has laid in the jungle for a few weeks.
Yeah, not really.
But let's roll investigation. There might be other
Alright.
things to find. Not much.
I guess.
But you are able to find a pretty nice longsword. It's not as cool as your sword.
Of course.
In fact, as you kind of pick it up, you feel like it's almost like your sword is. You feel like in your mind almost, like you pick up these other sword. There's like this tinge of jealousy emanating from
Mhm.
you, from your big sword.
Ooh.
I take the big sword and I caress it gently and say, "Don't worry, my dear. You're the only one for me."
Do we see him do this?
I mean, he's in the tent, so I guess. Actually, Lara, you rolled a 25 perception. I'm gonna rule that you noticed that.
Oh my goodness.
I just look back at Elaine and go, if there was ever proof I needed that I picked well, that is it.
Should we plan some underhanded schemes to get that sword away from him?
I was wondering if we could put it into the lamp, but we'd have to get Frigg on board. I also don't know if that would cause us more problems because he'd try and kill us.
Like, I was more thinking about sinking it into the ocean or something.
With him or?
That was the sword
Options,
talking.
options.
Ugh.
So in the meantime, Frick, the
I
next body. Yeah. It's not even really a weapon. It's more like a, you know, standard, you know, like kind of. You know, it's good to have a pretty big knife around when you're in the wilderness out there. But hey, probably don't want the skeleton to have it if they stand up. Throw it away. Otherwise, not much interesting there.
Hmm.
Move over to the next skeleton. It's broken, but you know, a broken spear shaft can still stab a man.
Into the river.
And, you know, you kind of bank down to pick it up. And the skeleton tries to choke you.
How?
One of its hand is kind of like broken and fucked up, but its other hand, well, both of its hands try to reach out to you. It's just that, only one of them still has a thumb, so they're pretty bad at trying to choke you. But it does
Yeah.
try to choke you.
Oh well.
How dare?
Does a 19 hit your AC?
It does actually.
Damn.
You take 1 slashing damage as its bony fingers try to claw into you, and you are considered grappled.
Damn.
Though, I'm gonna have to tell you, you don't feel like it's gonna be that big of an effort to break out of that grapple if you want to.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna try to sliver out of that with acrobatics.
Roll. Yeah, that's no problem.
And then, since it's kind of prone, I'm just gonna move like 20 feet away. Then-
It's just like waddle claw at you this time. I don't think a 9 does anything to you.
I guess
No.
someone
9, it
has
doesn't.
fun.
9.
Sorry, it
That
was
was
too
like kind of,
easy.
it's even just, some knees or its legs. It just seems to have is sort of one good hand available. It's just like claw into the dirt and slowly scratch towards you. It's not very fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it now.
The way you
Mhm.
just said that, not caring at all, it was great.
Yeah, I mean, the
I'm
first
gonna
hit.
Eldritch Blast it now.
The first
like
hit
eat.
to its rotten cranium. And it stops making any motions.
I'm going to eat this.
Num num.
Good.
Yeah, the other 2 skeletons. Yeah, you're able to get what weapons they have away without issue.
Oh. That was not nice.
At least someone is having fun. Out of
Lara?
all of us.
Yeah.
We're kind of, sitting like on the ear of the statue shrine. You, with your fantastic perception roll, see another one of those nature spirits. No idea if it's the same or a second one. But there's another one of those.
I wave at it.
Just take
It
a
waves
little
back
breath.
with his foot.
Which is
It uses its hands to hold on to the ear and waves at you with its foot.
I was more of a desire. I was enjoying the mental image.
Yeah, it's nice.
I say relatively loudly enough, like that everyone should hear, but not like shouting. We have another nature spirit. Mind your satchels.
Oh no.
I'm cocking my Eldritch Blast.
I immediately check my pockets again.
I
No,
grip my sword tightly.
I don't think it'd be strong enough to lift that thing.
It's just dragging the big sword behind it into the jungle.
I would love to see that. I want to draw that. That sounds so cute. Just angry drag chasing and like, how dare you? It's like trying to drag this huge sword.
Now I'm imagining like it's like a crew of like 3 or 4 of them holding it over their heads, like lock carrying.
Aww.
I was like the Death Springs from Studio Ghibli, just like running around with it. That would be better because then there wouldn't be a big drag line to like follow where the sword went.
Yeah, it just seems to hang there right now.
I wonder if we could convince it to take the sword. But having to reach it first.
Well, yeah, it's
Wait,
and
hold
I
on. If it
guess-
doesn't have a head, where is the ear located?
Oh no, it's like
No, I mean like
Like,
if the statue doesn't have a head, the face is on his chest. Where's the ear?
Where's the ear? Like, like literally on the side of its chest, like about
Like under the arm?
it kind of it's like kind of on the like where collarbones should be if you have visible collarbones.
I do.
They're kind of there.
So many questions.
Like it's a weird
Moving on.
statue. It's like its proportion aren't like well they might be good. You don't know what they're trying to depict, but the proportions aren't very anatomically correct.
Is this a Picasso?
It's just that's a bit it's a bit abstract to be sure, a bit representative maybe. But yeah, it's kind of hanging down in between the body and the arm.
I'm gonna put an off topic, like the mental image I have, and maybe that'll explain why I'm confused. Like, when you said it's on his chest, like that's where my brain went.
Jesus, what is it?
Yeah,
This is the
kind
head of
of.
horror.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit like that, except it has a nose
Except it
on
has
its
ears.
it has a nose on its sternum. Yeah, it's
Why
like
did
okay,
you notice it didn't have a nose?
imagine like kind of the face, except shrunk down, so the face it's only on its chest area and doesn't go down to the belly.
Mhm.
And then with its nose, with its ears kind of on the collarbones.
I'm not going to tell you where my brain just went, but like, I understand.
Yeah, it's just I don't know how to describe things. Describing things
No,
is
it wasn't.
weird.
It wasn't anything you did or said. Well, it was a little bit what you said. Like, what my brain went, oh, if that's where that is, then this means this isn't, and it was like, oh, okay.
The mental image rearranges itself. But yeah, and I guess
I'll happily explain myself when there is not a Twitch stream on in the background. I'd rather not have that put in anybody else's head that was like an unwilling participant.
and I guess an investigation roll from Frick. You don't
That's
find much, but what you do actually find, folded into oilskins, you find about 2 days worth of dried meat rations.
Ooh.
You found food.
I will throw these to Drock because I'm not much from meat. I prefer fish.
Okay, thank you.
Yay.
Do I
Yeah.
add them to the number?
Yeah, put them onto your ration pile. Unless you just want to say, fuck it, I'm eating good tonight, and just waft them down immediately.
No. I'm putting it to the ration pile.
So yeah, unless you want to enter into the statue shrine. That's pretty much it.
Well, I would like that actually.
No.
I mean, what could possibly be bad?
What could possibly happen by ringing a doorbell? Trapdoor.
Exactly, it's nothing bad.
If Drac goes in, I will follow behind.
Right? Anybody else want to join?
No.
I will stand close by, but I
Mhm.
will.
No, no.
Like- After you.
My, what a gentleman.
Well, you want to investigate. I'm just here as backup.
As
Thank you
kind
very
of
much, I guess.
move into.
I mean, I can do as much damage as you with my bow, so like, it is not a bad offer.
Yeah. All the floor of this room is dusty and muddy. Small chamber, filling out the space of the statue. There's a tightly coiled staircase in the center, like somewhere between staircase and a ladder. And kind of relieved, carved into the pillar that staircase coils around, is like images kind of depicting a man carrying a crocodile walking up the staircase.
Is this some sort of religious thing I should know about?
Roll religion, and given the circumstances, roll advantage, because
Ooh.
archaeology.
Oh. Nice, but no.
Damn, that is sad.
I had my good roll. Like, it's fair. That 25 was kind of busted. Like, I'm sorry, you've had my usefulness. I got the potion back. Hopefully, for the only time we need to do that.
It's basically like a local version of the story of the Scorpion and the Toad.
Ah.
Where, a man crosses a river, but I fear to cross the river because you and your brethren are there. And then the crocodile says, well, I shall allow you to cross my river, but I ask for a favor in return. And then the man crosses the river. Oh, how can I ever repay you? Well, now that you have crossed my realm, how about you show me your realm? And then, because this is a story and things you have agreed to are absolute in stories, the man is forced to invite all the crocodiles in the river into his village, where they start eating people.
Unsurprisingly.
Gee, that's
And during that
Wow.
entire time, the man, because he promised the crocodile a favor, is promised to protect it, has to protect that particular crocodile. Because again, it's a fairy tale. Your promises are absolute. And then the man, after this was done and the favor was repaid, the man is supposed to basically inaugurated an eternal grudge between mankind and crocodiles. How mankind and crocodiles would never be friends.
Hey.
It's just, don't invite crocodiles into your home because they will eat people. Because they're crocodiles. That's what
Nom
they
nom.
do. They eat things.
Yeah, because we've never eaten a crocodile.
Yet.
yeah, exactly.
Apparently, it's very tasty.
But yeah, it seems like this level of the shrine is fairly empty. But you would have
Okay.
to climb up that narrowly spiraling staircase to climb up into the chest.
Should I climb down? Or. Oh, yeah, up, sorry. Should I climb up or we should just go?
I mean, there's a good chance we're going to find crocodiles down here.
There is a good chance, actually.
There is enough of them on the wall. Okay. I don't know if there's anything, or likely to be anything, of great value in here, just based on the kind of information at hand. But if you want to investigate, I will follow suit.
So yeah, as you two have entered into this room, both investigation from Druck and Lara.
Okay.
Investigation. Sheesh.
It wasn't too high. 30 makes it Druck. Okay, you look at that thinly winding staircase. And kind of notice, hey, test it with your finger. There's a thin layer of an oil that just coats the entire staircase, which would make it extra difficult to climb up due to the slipperiness.
Okay, that's interesting. Oh, okay. Why would there be oil on the staircases?
It would be a trap of some sort, so you slip down the staircase and probably kill yourself.
That means there's something of value up there, right?
Is the staircase going up or down?
Like up.
Like you are on ground level and it's going up into the chest area of the statue.
Possibly. The question is, how would you get up without
Yeah.
injury?
That would be kind of difficult. My only idea would be to set the staircase on fire or something.
Is it a
but-
stone staircase or wooden? Or something else?
It's that kind of. No, I guess it doesn't specify, but I guess it has to be wooden,
No.
right?
Because
Because
it's-
otherwise,
Oil
like I
would
mean,
eventually just absorb into the wood, so like that kind of implies it's fresh.
yes, I mean you definitely think it's odd that there is, like, these runes are hundreds of years old. That there is still a layer of oil there is definitely a bit odd.
That causes some concern.
A little bit, yeah. Would crocodiles be able to climb up the stairs or something?
No.
With the oil on? No.
I mean, with the oil, even without the oil on, crocodiles aren't great at climbing stairs.
I
So.
mean, they don't generally have a lot of access to them.
Munch, munch.
Well, I'm out of ideas. I guess we can just go off.
I mean, we could try and wipe the stairs as we go. That would minimize, but it would take a while.
Would take a bit. And unless you have a way to clean up as a distance, you'd kind of have clean, 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 climb a bit, clean, 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 climb a bit. But yeah, unless you have a clever trick, brute force. Either brute force
Is
trying
there
to
a
clean it.
banister?
No.
That would have helped.
Yeah, like the construction, like it's so steep and so tightly wound that it feels almost like you have to kind of climb up it like a ladder more than just walking up it like a staircase.
Oh shit.
Like this would be a treacherous climb even if there wasn't oil on the stairs.
Can I fly up and see what's up there?
Yeah, nothing's stopping
I'm gonna
you.
regret doing that, but we're gonna go for it.
You have your broom.
I do.
Yeah. Nothing's stopping you.
Common sense.
Yeah, it's just
Common what?
Exactly.
Touché.
I shall need a new perception roll from you.
Better one, please. Yeah. Good.
Oh, then.
You kind of do you have a mobile light source you could bring up with you? I mean, if not, a torch works, but if you have something magical or better.
I have a lantern.
Yep, that works just fine.
At least I can dangle that over the edge of the thing and it sort of holds itself in place.
Yeah, and you can see kind of faintly as you fly up, kind of on the outside walls as you go up, there is a glyph. What seems to be a kind of warding type glyph.
Oh, wonderful.
Warning what? I'm curious.
No, warding. As in,
Ward.
a glyph that if you get too close to it, it will trigger some sort of spell effect.
Yeah,
Or just an explosion.
I was asking if I could tell what it would make happen if it was impacted.
Okay.
I assume fire, but
Roll Arcana.
oh boy.
Probably nothing nice.
Almost definitely. That's usually the problem.
But you don't have that much reason to be worried. I mean, a bit of reason to be worried. You are A, flying, and B, you have spotted it. You can just go further upwards. You don't have to get that close to it.
Yeah, I would very much like to avoid it. Yes.
Yeah, you don't have to climb up on the stairs, so you are very much less in danger of drifting into that.
It's also good to know that if we climb it manually, that we have to be aware of that. Don't want somebody blowing a hand off.
Up there, you find set into some bronze work, tipped downwards, and a fine, slow trickle of an oily substance running down onto the pillar, and down the pillar and the staircase. About head-sized ceramic jug.
How big is the jug?
About the size of your head. It's pretty sizable.
That's too small for this long and this much fluid.
Yep. Roll Arcana or History.
Ooh.
That's a relatively standard, as much standard as magical products can be, but you can find them just for sale. A so-called alchemical jug.
Of course.
Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise.
Finally enough, that was the exact thought I had.
It is able to provide small amounts of certain liquids almost indefinitely.
I know, I had to suffer one of these as a DM and it bit me in the butt so many times. I'm sure Gray remembers.
Feed the cat.
I mean, it was used for the cat. Does it look like it's been in situ for a long time, or does it look way too clean comparative to the rest of the place?
No, it looks, like it belongs here. It looks.
Okay, it looks like it's been here.
Yeah. At least, it looks here like it has been here ever since the building was abandoned.
That is oddly comforting. The glyph is not. Okay, so it's not somebody alive, dead, or undead that's been replenishing it. Good to know. At this point, I probably would go back down and relay the information I found, because those two things seem oddly pertinent.
There's a warding rune.
Probably of Kaboom fire.
Yeah, probably of the not nice variety, because very few warding glyphs just have healing word embraced into them. That would be a nice surprise, I guess.
It would. It would be amazing to say, I'm now healed. Great.
And yeah, there's in infinite small quantities of oil thing up there.
So we can't just wait it out. Okay.
Not unless you have waiting that thing out is a bit like waiting out, radioactive decay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll see
Oh,
you
wow.
in a few thousand years.
I wonder if I can detach the jug and then we just have a jug. I'm sure Frigga would make good use of that.
It would take some prying, with the danger of,
Oh.
if you slip or something like that,
I
You
mean,
might-
it is
you
making
might-
a flippy substance.
you might break the jug. Again, you don't have to stand anywhere. You have your broom that doesn't, that's not a great solid surface to stand on to do your job, but neither is an incredibly tight stairway that has oil on it, so you're probably safer on your broom than standing anywhere else.
Yes. I will inquire as to the usefulness before attempting, because I'd rather not do it and then be like, oh well, there's no use for it, and then be like, I nearly died.
So yeah, does anyone here think we really need a jug of endless oil?
Or endless fill in the blank.
I think it is worth.
I mean, to be fair, we could use it for pyrotechnic stuff.
We can use it for a lot of things. I think it's worth the effort.
Yeah, I mean, we could use it for when we are getting chased again by big giant robots. Robot thingy constructs. Like splatter it on the ground and maybe hope it just falls off.
We could generate wine with it and then sell the wine.
No,
and make
don't
more
say
money.
that. Don't say that.
I think she wants some alcohol too.
No, to sell it to make more money.
Wouldn't mayonnaise be more profitable?
Or mayonnaise, whatever rigs up money.
I have to remember this isn't the game where milk costs more than gold.
Hey, some
Yeah.
good milk. Well, it seems to be the common opinion is yes, this item might be quite useful to us.
Mm-hmm.
If I die, I'm hunting the fuck out of all of you. Okay, I go in as carefully and safely as I can. Relieve the oily staircase of its oil replenishing capabilities.
You will have to pry open the bronze fixtures for that. So there's some, crowbar or similar implement work that has to be going into that.
I mean, I have. Apart from thieves' tool, what do I have?
If you have an adventurer's pack, you have a crowbar.
I have a dungeoneer's pack. I have a miner's pack. I also have a hat that probably can melt things.
That's true.
I have a crowbar. I can throw it up to you.
I could also. I'm also down talking to you. I could just.
Yeah,
you could just
you,
punch me.
you can just give it to her. There's no need for throw.
But I
Here,
thought
Jack.
you were on your broom.
Yeah, I came back down to talk to you. I mean, I'm still kind of levitating, but I'm at eye level.
Oh yeah, right. That's possible. I thought you were still 10 feet in the air or something.
It's just, I can't go any lower.
Just looking right down my nose at everybody.
But yeah, you float up the first part of this. Unless you can argue something else, will be just a strength roll, an athletics roll to pry it open.
An athletics. Where's athletics?
It shouldn't be too difficult.
Pray for me.
It's relatively thin.
now I can't.
You know,
I
it's
think
just
that's safe to say I can't.
it's just not your day, it seems.
I can
Can
roll really
I-
well when it's absolutely useless to us.
Can
Yep.
I try?
I think I broke it.
No, like right now you're not getting, like, you're not really putting any appreciable work in it for now. The problem is for you or anyone else trying is that either you will have to climb up the oily stairs, or you will have to fly up on the broom.
And you will need to be able to balance on the broom and do it.
Third option.
Mhm.
Take me with the lantern.
Ooh. I like
I
the out of the
mean-
box thinking.
You
Or
could
in the
stand
box.
stand on an oily staircase, and you wouldn't necessarily be able to come back down the same way.
True. But at least, like, that is something we can think about once I'm up and got in the jar.
Are you sure that's the order you want to do that in?
I mean, I'm sure
I'm
this.
just saying, like, there's a glyph of very big damage in the middle of this staircase, and if you have to walk down it, I'm concerned for you.
We will
Hmm.
solve
If
the
you slip
problem.
down it, I'm twice as concerned for you.
We will solve the problem of me drowning once I'm 50 feet underwater.
Yep.
That is the vibe.
Yes.
Can I try to climb the stairs?
If you want to,
You
yes.
can try.
Okay. Okay.
Roll acrobatics at disadvantage.
Also,
Okay.
remember there's a glyph that you might end up hurting yourself on.
What happens if we just set the oil on fire?
It burns down the stairs.
I'm made to do stupid things.
Because the stairs are made of wood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, here's the thing about failing a climb test very badly. You don't
You just
get
don't
far.
leave the floor.
You don't get far enough up to take fall damage.
That's good.
Well, okay.
Mm,
I want to try. If I can climb it.
I mean, the monk should have a better chance.
Should
Though,
have.
you should probably let Lara go down, because otherwise the top layer gets pretty cramped, and you don't want to get, like, idly pushed into the rune.
No.
But yes, if you want to try,
Yep.
you can climb.
With disadvantage, right?
Yes. Okay, yep. You make it up the first level.
Yay.
Another acrobatics check to avoid the glyph while you're climbing up. But since you have been pre-warned of the glyph, this one is straight. And one last acrobatics check to reach the top layer.
Advantage? Or
If you-
the straight again
if
or
you-
disadvantage?
A disadvantage.
If you fail this time, I'm going to laugh my ass off.
15. You reach the top layer. You are now there with the jug.
Hey there, Jug.
Mm. If you fail to pry it open, I'm going to really laugh my ass off.
I can try to pry it open, right?
I mean, yeah. And if anyone has any, like, oh, I have this class skill, or oh, I have this spell, feel free to pick it up. But if you don't have any ideas like this, there will be a crowbar involved.
I have thieves' tools.
Anyway, I
but
didn't get it. That's not fair.
no, it's just. I'm sorry, thieves' tools don't help you. Like, these are
I
not,
know.
there are no locks here. It's just brass fittings.
I have a hammer.
That might do more damage than yours.
It's just.
Just straight then, right? Can I try to pry it with my spear?
you can just use my crowbar.
Yeah,
We
you have a tool specifically built for
Yeah, okay,
prying
that's true.
things. Yeah, you
if I
can
use a-
use your spear, and it probably won't break, but you know, it's not any better at it.
Mhm.
If you want to pry it open, that's straight athletics.
Straight athletics?
Yep.
Oof.
You got this.
I do.
Well,
Oh,
Yep. you
You
managed to
first
pry
rank.
one of the fittings open, kind of with one hand, holding onto the pillar with the other to not slide down.
Hmm.
That's, by the way, Lara, you failed the athletics roll, but you were floating. If you were to fail the athletics roll without floating, you would fall down.
I assumed.
So, yeah, but you pry one of the fittings open, and now you can lift the jar out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have a different problem. One hand is now holding the jar. That's like the size of your head. It's not a small jar. Now you have to like kind of climb down one-handed.
I could
Like-
come collect the jug and let them climb down with both hands.
Very good. Yes, you can fly up. Just take the jar off them, fly back down again.
You can also just like leave her up there and then take her down with the
I
broom.
can't carry more than like me on the broom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Is the limitation.
Hmm.
damn it. Yeah. Down limitation.
Yeah, can I give you the jar?
Yeah, well, that's all works fine. She's flying, so a lot of the, a lot of the things that are in the way don't really bother her. It's a bit cramped, but you
Mhm.
know, you're at the top level, so
Is there anything I
can't-
can tie a rope to?
Can't you just tell the broom to fly up there?
Can I just go to the stairs and like catch Ilfa if she just jumps down? Like a faster way.
Okay, first of all, this is just okay. You can take the jack down with you. Yeah, I mean, you can tie a rope to the brass fittings that held to the jug.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do that and then like tether myself to it so if I slip I don't fall down all the
Mhm.
way. And I'm gonna
Then
walk back down.
a straight acrobatics as you kind of walking, climbing, sliding, and you make it to the bottom.
Yay.
Um,
I'm gonna
20 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, your rope. You could save the rest of your rope by, cutting it off as high as you can reach.
Mm-hmm. I will.
But, yeah, that would be.
Again, I could go just undone.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you can just fly up. And having the ability to fly is really useful. So yeah, your
Yep.
rope is safe.
Yay.
You have an alchemical jug.
What can I say except
You have an ancient Shaltian alchemical jug, even.
Ooh.
Well then.
So, I mean, will you make camp over here, or will you, go over to the other side of the river to make camp?
I would
Hmm.
feel more comfortable on the other side of the river, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Same.
Yes, even though now all the skeletons are disarmed, I would much prefer not
Mhm.
standing like
One of them is even dislegged.
true.
I mean,
That was great.
technically is correct.
There's nothing I have against that statement.
You are up in alchemical jug. That's nice. Will anyone do any work trying to identify, test, or do anything? Yeah, who basically who gets the alchemical jug?
I
Not
would give it to
correct.
Free.
I want it. I want the jug.
You would be the only person I would give it to.
I really want to jog with you.
Um,
Be pro Fortnite gamer.
The alchemical
Oh my god.
jug. It is also said it is not a small jug, So if you take faults or things like that, it could just break.
Yeah, just gonna safely store it into
The
That's-
lantern.
yes.
into the lantern. Are you just putting it away, or is there any experimentation, any identifying,
I mean,
anything?
I would just see if it can, like, what it can produce. With, I don't know, identify or something like that.
Yeah, you have identify as a ritual, right?
Yeah.
It produces oil and oil substitutes.
Hmm.
It's just oil.
Very good.
So no mayonnaise.
No mayonnaise.
There's
No
mayonnaise
vinegar.
in it.
Is how valuable is oil?
Considering we have several ways to start a fire. Very.
It's it's just, and it's about 2 liters of oil per day. That you
Yeah,
can
I
Wow.
was
it. It is
thinking maybe we
it is
could.
it is a colorless, tasteless, slippery, and somewhat flammable, oily substance.
Okay. I was thinking we could sell it.
I don't think you get much for 2 liters of oil.
Or did you mean the jug?
No,
No!
oil.
Don't sell the jug. I dare
Why
you.
jug?
I'm just clarifying.
What is... I have a question.
Mhm.
We could just get a big-ass barrel, I put it into my lantern, and every day when I get into the lantern, I start filling it up with oil. And
The
we get like...
lantern is truly the source of many unconventional economic schemes. The entrepreneurial warlock.
No, I was more thinking like in case of a dire situation, I can just break out like a...
Yeah, I have a barrel of oil as you kick it down the stairs and laugh maniacally.
Yes,
Or
and
several barrels of oil, depending.
yes, and then throw in fireball pearls. I mean,
It's just, oh no, it sounds great. Yeah, I mean, hey, if you can procure yourself some barrels, that sounds delightful.
amazing. Yes, then overnight while we make camp, I will store it in the lantern,
Mhm.
the safe space for all things volatile. Oh.
Mhm.
I feel drug will never be allowed inside the lantern.
I feel like nobody that isn't wearing hazmat gear will be allowed in the lantern.
I already assumed I wouldn't be allowed into the lantern without even having the evil greatsword.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can breathe in there.
Yes,
That is also one thing.
like I can stay in there for 6 hours and just chill.
That's good you can hold your breath.
Yeah. But more to the point, yet again, the only navigation for the next day. A day ticks over. The weather says a light rain. The only navigation event that happens to you is you get lost, which is really hard on a river, so I'm going to ignore that.
I still can't believe that that's an option that they have.
I think it's just, it's part of the navigation result, and I'm pretty sure you're just supposed to, if you have a landmark you can figure yourself out on, I think you're just, supposed to ignore that because it makes no sense.
Yes.
But in case you don't have a landmark, if you're not in a mapped out area, okay, let me just mark all of you. Copy. Because as you travel up the river, you will eventually find a much more formidable than Camp Righteous, Camp Vengeance. Bigger. It has a fortified palisade perimeter around it. You will be on the far right of the map. Camp Vengeance. Not much, but it's better than Camp Righteous.
If possible, I need to be right back. I'll be like 5 minutes.
That would
you
be
can carry on without
perfect.
me.
Perfect drink break for me as well.
Yep.
I just ran out.
Bathroom break.
I just got handed a pizza burger, so
I heard a pizza burger. I don't think that's what you actually said.
yes, it is.
I want one so badly.
It's like a burger made out of pizza dough and completely covered in cheese.
Yes.
Jesus.
This is just, sometimes. Perhaps we have taken things a bit too far. Perhaps there was a moment behind us where we should have stopped. Let's keep going to see where this ends.
Yes. Time to
Yes,
grab
at some
drink.
point our
Yeah, I'll be right back.
pizzeria chests were
Fair.
like, I wonder if we could and not if we should.
Hi.
Alright.
Hey, long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Hello.
Alright.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I need to put a light on. It suddenly got very dark. Summer is really coming to an end if it's already dark enough for 2 lights to be put on before 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Well, the weather here is kind of still summery, though.
Yeah, it was really sticky today, but
Oh
I
yes.
don't know if that's just last wisps of summer.
Oh, yeah. We had the last wisps of summer yesterday. Like the days before, we had like 19 degrees and rain and clouds. And yesterday we went to like a medieval market, and the entire day the sun was just boiling us alive.
Fun.
Yeah. It was still fun though.
I mean, it's a medieval market. Like it, like inherently should even in the rain.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
like 30 degrees tomorrow here.
Oh
Right.
no.
I don't want to think about what the weather is tomorrow. It's like no. Scary thoughts.
Right?
Moment. Then we can do doobie a bit of Camp Vengeance.
Doobie doobie doo.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-da-da.
Oh, we're all here. Hi.
Sure.
Yes. Moment.
No problem. I just didn't notice that we were all gathered up again.
Yes. Stand in front of Camp Vengeance.
Brum, brum,
A
brum.
relatively crude wooden fort. Set on a bit of a rise on the coast of the river. You have definitely been spotted by the dude on the gate tower, but you know, he doesn't seem to be in any hurry of calling out to you.
Because we all seem so friendly, right?
Yes.
Of course.
Hide the sword, please. Thanks.
I cannot.
Put
There's
it in
nothing
the lantern.
stopping you.
It's too big for me to hide it. Think. Can I hide it?
It's a pretty big sword. I don't know, you could wrap it up in a blanket. You know, it would still be obvious that it is a sword under that blanket, but it wouldn't be obvious that it's a
Yeah,
dark red glowy sword.
that's true. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up in a blanket then. First, though, I would just take a few steps away from the group and do it there, just to make sure.
Feeling of mildly insulted. Okie doke.
It's just you're doing that. The sword. You know, you feel the sword is okay with it. The sword understands. You know, that's a very smart sword.
Well,
Why are you thinking?
see?
Why are you thinking about a sword like that? Don't ask questions.
I mean, I
But
have
yeah.
questions.
But yeah, there you are. Convention. The dude on the gate makes no motions to want to interact with you.
Seconding. Mildly insulting. I mean, we're clearly
yeah.
alive, so that's going in our favor.
You are clearly a light. A gaze is closed, just in case there was a wonder there. So you can't just march in.
Can we just shout, hey, we have booze, let us in?
Well, that's not necessarily true.
I know, but they would let us in.
That's
You-
not
you-
necessarily true.
You could try that if you really, really want to.
I would prefer not to.
Can we shout, we have two cookies?
Do you have
People might think
cookies?
you're evil if you shout that.
I don't want to try and bring anyone over to the dark side.
Could be helpful.
I would like cookies. I now can only think of cookies.
I just had a cookie.
Oh, what kind?
How dare.
Actually, do I want to know this? Probably not.
Who wants to come over to the dark side? I have cookies.
Not your dark side, I'm sorry.
It
why
also
don't we
is
just start with
My
good
dark
old-
side. What do you mean, my dark side?
Because you're
sword.
offering. I mean, have you seen the sword you were walking around with? Kinda looks dark.
You know that one you've
Yep.
been caressing and talking sweetly to?
He was?
Oh, you didn't say. Oh, yeah, when we were at the camp of crocodile thing, he went into a tent and started stroking it, and like I thought he was gonna kiss it at one point.
She just raises an eyebrow at Drax. You are what?
Looks back at Ilfa and just shrugs. Hey, it has feelings. Don't upset it.
Just because you can touch it isn't necessarily the same thing.
I agree. That's kind of weird, Drax. Even
I
for
just
you.
don't understand you and your sword.
I don't think I want to understand.
I don't carry a sword.
I mean, you're all just jealous.
Nah.
Not the word I would have used.
Well, anyway, we need to make a way into this camp, so Ilfa just turns around, approaching the gate.
You know, the guard just, gives you an idle nod, but otherwise makes no acknowledgement towards you.
Open sesame.
I try to feel the gate. Is it open?
No.
Duh.
Hey, you up there?
Yeah?
Would you mind opening this thing up?
Why?
Because we're visiting?
And who are you?
Visitors!
We are us.
We're just passing by, actually, but we had a long journey behind us, and we kind of just need a
With
camp.
like one night's sleep without, something undead popping up.
Cool.
Okay, so are you going to let us in?
I'm waiting on the no.
Is that guy drunk?
Hey, Chief! They're like 5 shucklefucks at the gate.
Chuckle what?
Shackle, what now? I'm going to pulverize that guy.
I
If I
kind
get
of
my
looked
hands on
over-
him, he's in trouble.
Looks like over at the inside. Chief wants to know if you're good for anything.
Depends on what you need us for. We have slain some undead along the way,
We're good at washing dishes.
and if you want to
Yeah.
know, and we're kind of honorable.
We're
We were paid in great honor before.
sorry, but that sounds like so bullshitty.
It is true, though. Have you seen?
Have you seen the mask?
Have you seen the
Also, yeah.
mask?
For frick, do you just run around with a mask on?
Yes, always.
Good. I just wanted to make sure. I assumed that, but just needed to
Why
make
would you
sure.
take it off?
It looks
Exactly.
so cool.
Looks over again, looks towards the inside of the fort. Well, we're gonna let you in, but you can't stay. Like, sorry.
It's
You
fine.
can talk to the chief and so on.
We'll ask the chief. It's fine. I get it.
Yeah,
Protocols
yeah.
and stuff. If she's
Definitely, like,
bullshitting her way
lift
into this.
up there, he like lifts on a pole that seemingly unlocks something inside the gate. Well,
Lovely.
it's pretty much just you know the crossbar that you can put on a to lock it open. He just has a stick on that crossbar so he can lift it up without leaving his post.
Fair.
But whether he does that because he's so vigilant and really wants to be at his guard post, or because he's lazy, you be the judge. Perhaps both.
I think it's the latter, but that's fine.
Yeah. It's not. You can enter. It's not a very clean space. Pretty muddy.
Yeah, seen
There are
worse.
more people with crossbows in the towers, and on the inside, you find an old burn-scarred man sitting on a rock next to the fire. You find an ogre wearing the same uniform as anyone else here, except, ogre-sized, who is carrying around boxes under the direction of a rather miffed-looking sergeant, it seems.
And Barrow.
Hey Drax,
Yeah.
look over there.
I'm good here.
Mm.
Tonight is just a night of bad puns.
Sorry, I'm just in a mood today. It's
Unrelated, like the texture for like under the water is surprisingly detailed. I'm here for this.
right.
That was, like
That's
so bad.
It's Dungeon
It's
Draft.
actually funny.
Dungeon Draft is really good at these water texture things.
Mm-hmm.
All of the maps from like that source are just so good.
Yeah.
That guy is huge.
He's bigger than
Well,
Drax.
Yeah.
That's
he
uncommon.
is, he
Maybe
is an
we're not
ogre.
sense into him then.
I
He
might
is
be good at the
very
unit of
tall.
measurement.
I mean, yeah. It's actually, yeah, because I'm sure. It's just a big ogre. He has a longsword, a human-sized longsword at his belt, which on him is like, the equivalent of a self-defense dagger.
That's cute.
Oh, yeah, he's just carrying around boxes under the direction of the sergeant, who is, kind of, counting off. And a box of dried ration, half rotten, and just,
Yeah.
seems to be at a constant annoyance with the insufficiency of the supplies they have got.
There.
It seems the ogre has adopted the strategy of being silent and nodding, a very reliable strategy when dealing with superiors that are angry at something, but it's not you.
Mm-hmm. And definitely, if you want to keep it not being you they're angry at.
But yeah, I mean,
I forget why we wanted to come here.
it's just kind of to the net, like it's a halfway safe jumping off point. You might be able to trade for things. They're certainly in need of some things, and they might have other things.
Maybe they need oil and they want to pay for it.
True.
And maybe you could just also, they're here, they're presumably trying to do something. They might know things about the surrounding area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
Shall we ask around, see what we can do?
I mean, yeah.
Hopefully, the microphone's not picking up my chair squeaking.
Nope, it's not.
Good, because it's like every 2 seconds. I'm like, could you please just stop creaking? Like for 5 seconds.
If you want to ask some people, I mean, some people are there.
Could we flag it to the big map just for like a second? Because I'm struggling with my bearings.
Of course. I mean, it's not a lot going on the conventions map, so I think.
Oh, no wonder I can remember what that was called. Because like I forgot the B was in the word. How would one pronounce this?
Mblaya.
Mabala.
Mbala.
Okay.
Mabala.
Oh, it's an L. I thought it was an I. But that's on me. My eyesight is very bad.
Yeah, no, it's
My night mode just kicked in, so like everything just suddenly got very yellow. Like, oh, okay. Some very green water we've got there. So the miscellaneous ruins of whatever this is near Mabala. Ish.
Again, you are not necessarily looking for runes. It's
A high concentration of undead activity.
there are some undead here, but it's mainly, kind of because the current idea is that they seem to be coming from somewhere in the south and go upwards. So you're supposed to scout here to see if they also go this way. And just generally make sure.
So we're here to ask about directional pathing of undead in the area.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of, how bad is the undead thing? Is it getting worse? And also just, checking in with the locals. Mabala is one of them. Over here in this area between the mountain ridges, there are supposed to be some Yonti. And somewhere between Conventions and the mountains, there are supposed to be some goblins. So they're, only one of them, Mabala, because they have built their settlement on a hill. So it's relatively easy to find them. The other ones are somewhere in the jungle and, precise location a bit more difficult.
This is the part where I don't know what.
I mean, if I could, put a perspective forward, put an idea forward. If you're trying to visit all these 3 settlements, it seems that the easiest way to go to first is Mabala, because you know where it is, and perhaps from there you can find out where the other ones are more precisely, or at least use it as a jumping off point.
And like literally, or like.
Yep.
I don't think you're going to jump off the hill and then I don't know, hang glide to the other location.
I mean, I could.
You have a broom. You could just fly.
That's a really good way of like scouting ahead for like, oh, it's over here. Or, oh, there's a horde of undead just chilling there. Maybe we should like address this. Like they need some clothes. Okay, I think that we can go back to the Camp Vengeance map. No, the English. No, that's clarified. I can't
Yes, and that was it.
help.
If we are
Ugh.
fading, we can stop. Like,
I think I faded like 2 days ago. We're at the hysterical point.
we're just, just slowly drifting down.
What time is it? You need to finish, Yuki.
Somewhere between 9:30 and 10. So I'm fine with like closing off now and like. Let me think. And, like,
If I was
figuring
sensible,
out-
I wouldn't have piled everything in front of my clock. Okay, so yeah, like 20 minutes.
Yeah, but
I-
like if you're like fading too much, I'm also fine to just like.
I'm struggling to be coherent.
Then I think. I mean, we started late, but generally speaking, this is an appropriate time to stop.
Mm.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, I
so
never
I'll-
want to shorten the session by any means, but like I
Totally
that-
fine.
that's perfectly
yeah.
fine. We can stop here and talk with Camp Vengeance and explore next time.
I mean, I can imagine that like in this campaign, your character is like mostly talkative, also because you like you
You
seem
do
like the
a lot
leader.
of. You take care of a lot of things,
I'm the
both in
mum.
character and out of character.
Yeah,
Team
But
mum.
but it's also like it's almost considered that you're the leader because you won the dinosaur race.
Yeah, you just
Yes.
That
You
is
just-
why we're all just like you.
by
were-
right of conquest.
I mean, I'm okay with that, especially because in the other campaign I sort of am the exact opposite.
Mm.
But yeah, it's words hard.
I get it.
But with that, unless there are important things anyone wishes to talk to me about, I would like to leave because there are other people I might talk to.
Ooh.
Because things and stuff, yeah, it's just ever more things and
Okay.
stuff.
Other
Yeah,
people, how dare you?
Yeah, it's terrible. I know.
I mean, I need to go help sort out stuff for tomorrow anyway.
I have assignments to finish for tomorrow, so
Ooh.
yeah.
It just
Good
it
luck.
seems. So yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Until next time.
I
Next
saved the
time.
party inventory. That's yes. Okay, that's fine.
That would be
Now I
so.
can sit comfortably close
fucked
there.
up.
Like there was so much updated there. I'm like, please don't make me redo that. Well, enjoy your week.
You guys too.
As long as I can speak
Bye.
by next session, I'm happy.
You will. It's fine.
Bye.
Bye bye. And so we close off, trying to gather words apparently, because I'm not good at it as well as at the moment as well. Well, there we go. It's been a lot lately. But I have a little bit of good news. I managed to get a new graphics card, meaning I speak heart yes. Yup. I managed to get a new graphics card, so I'm gonna try and figure out if I can stream some Baldur's Gate. My boyfriend at the moment is working on upgrading his PC as well, so he will be able to play Baldur's Gate 3 2. Yeah, that makes sense. And then I have two other people joining. You guys might know Marin, but there's also we call them Lounds. That are really like waiting for the time to be able to play Baldur's Gate 3. And if there's any other of you guys out there who would like to join a party with me and just play around in the Baldur's Gate universe, let me know, because I am stoked for this game, and I have so many character ideas that I am fine with having like 3 or 4 or 10 playthroughs. I am currently working on a playthrough with Anvil, the first D&D character I had, with the party I'm in at the moment as well. So once I figured out if that works on stream, I will be finding ways to stream more often, because Baldur's Gate is like the game that has been taking my life over. I even didn't finish the battle pass for League of Legends last time because I was playing too much Baldur's Gate. So yeah, that is basically like part of my life now. Other than that, there is some way, like, let me see. Next D&D session will be on the 17th. The other thing that I still have laying around here is a booster box of Lorcana. So I have been saving that to be opened up on stream, but I'm also thinking of like trying to find more booster boxes before opening them. I got the starter deck now from Aurora, and I think Mufasa is in there too. So yeah, I'm very excited for those TCGs to come up as well. Yeah, I think that's it. I have nothing else to share, I think. Oh yeah, right. Probably next week, Friday or Saturday, will be another collab stream with Loud Goron, and probably Lunala is joining as well, and I think it was It's All Trauma will be joining in to like finish up Pico Pico Park. So pin the date. I will make sure that it's I'm almost certain that it's gonna be Saturday the 9th. So pin that date to your agenda if you want to join in on the fun on Pico Pico Park. You know, the little weird puzzle game with the cats. And I think that's it. That's all of it. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here and just lurking in the chat. I did see some of you guys just stay here, and I really appreciate any way of support. So lurking is enough. I do appreciate that as well. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.